Welcome to the Destiny Suite channel. My name is Lucrece Guzma, and I'm here to serve you with the resources you need to grow in the Lord, in your business, and life. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to set up your Woocommerce shop and how to edit your product pages and your cart pages and checkout pages in Woocommerce. You can use this technique on any Elementor page, but the template that we'll be using in this video is called the Classy Minimalist, and it can be found at www.destiny31.co. It was designed for those who need a simple e-commerce solution and a website that has blog capabilities. So first in your dashboard, you're going to go ahead and set up Woocommerce. So you're going to go to the Woocommerce tab here on the left. And since this is not a complete WooCommerce tutorial, this is just to help you set up your shop with your template. We're not going to go into too much detail, but here you can easily follow the steps that they have here as far as setting up your payments, your tax rates, your shipping costs, your marketing. And the only thing you don't need to do here is personalize your store because the template already took care of that. So I encourage you to just go through that step by step and read through that material. When we do a complete WooCommerce tutorial, we'll go into that. But there's lots of resources online that you can find if you get stuck anywhere in this setup process. So the first thing I recommend you doing is go through this step here. Next, very important step is to go to settings. And what we're going to do, we're going to make sure we connect the cart pages and the checkout pages to make sure they go to the right place. So when people click on buttons, it doesn't go to the wrong place. So you're going to go to settings and go to advanced. And under the advanced tab here, you find these pages here, the cart page, the checkout page, the my account page, and the terms and conditions. So all of these pages came with the template that you purchased. So normally WooCommerce creates their own, but we don't want to use WooCommerce's. And we showed you how to delete WooCommerce pages back in, I believe, the first or second video. We'll make sure that we link that in the description. But here, under the cart page, what you're going to do is you're going to link it to the page that's in the template. So you're going to go ahead here and click that drop down. You can start typing cart, and it's going to start populating it. So you'll see that the cart ID, the one that says cart, and then a new ID, that's the one you're going to click. All right. And then the checkout page, the same way. You're going to make sure you click on checkout. And the purchase summary page is actually here. You're going to click that. And then, of course, you're going to type in the refund and policy page. Normally it says terms and conditions, but the refund and policy page. All right. And then once you're done, you're going to scroll all the way down and click on Save Changes. All right. So now your cart page, your checkout page is all connected, so everything will run smoothly. And of course, if you need help, you can always reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you. All right. So now let's go to our products here. So in our products tab, before we get into changing our products and doing that, you have to assign them categories. So I encourage you to go to categories. This is the way that you keep your store organized. So with the template, it already came with 3 categories. So you have 2 choices. You can either create new ones, which all you have to do is put a name on the slug that you want, which I recommend the same as that in all lowercase. Parent category, you could leave that alone. Description, if you want to do that, you can go ahead and put it, but it's not necessary. And you can leave the display type on default. You can also add an image for the category, which is cool as well. And then you could click Add New Category. So what this does, it adds the category here for your shop. Another option is to just simply edit the ones that are here. And you do that by clicking on edit. And you can go ahead and change the names here. So let me show you an example of a demo that we have that we did for a bakery shop, which is it's a fake bakery shop. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our products and categories. So notice what we did is change the categories that we had from accessories and casual and all that. We changed that to our own categories. And of course, like I told you, if you need to add a category, you can do what we did earlier to add more categories. And so, yeah, all we did was simply edit that. We changed the name, we changed the slug, and the rest of the stuff, we left that alone. And like I said, it's your choice if you want to add a thumbnail down here. And then make sure you click on update. All right. And you can go back and do the same thing for the other categories. If it was different, you can edit that. So those are the two choices to organize your categories. You can either add them or you can edit the ones that are here. And of course, if you need to delete a category that you don't want, just click on check, go up here to bulk actions, and then click on delete, and it will take that out. All right, so let's demonstrate that one more time in our template. So notice here our test one, we don't really need that. So we would check that, go to bulk actions, click delete, and click apply. All right, now that we have our categories taken care of, let's go to products. So we're going to click on all products under the products tab. And these are the products that, the make-believe products that came with the template. So yeah, if you don't need them, like I said, you can always delete them easily by just clicking on the checkbox and, move them to trash and then click apply. But this is what we recommend doing. Since this is a template, it's to help you go, make sure you edit it professionally. What I do is, let's say you have like 3 products only or 4 products. If you only have 4 products, I recommend going into each and just changing the information. So to do that, you would click on edit, and then you'll see that you have a dashboard for your product. Let's see an example so you can better get acquainted. So here is a product that we changed from the casual sweater to cookies and cream. So we put in the title, and in here you could put in a description, you could put paragraph, you could, edit text and things like that however you want. And you could do that at your leisure. And down here, this is information about the product. You can choose simple product if it's just a regular product. It can be a group product. I think it means like a bundle or things like that. You could do an external or affiliate product that's connected somewhere outside. You can also do a variable product, which includes, products that have different sizes, such as shirts, or maybe if I have different size cakes, maybe I have small, medium, large. So you can do variable products as well. You can also decide if you want to do a virtual. Oh, sorry. You can You can also decide if you want to do a virtual or downloadable. So virtual are for products like webinars or something online that you're doing. You can do that. If it's a downloadable product that comes with something that they download immediately, you can also do that, such as a PDF or something like that. You can put your regular price, and then if it's on sale, whenever it's on sale, you can come here and put the sale price. You can also schedule your sales as well. There's some more tabs here which we won't get into, but you can check them out. If you want to track inventory, you can take care of that here. You got shipping, linked products, and different things that you can take a look at. So that's that part. All right, let's move on to the right side of the page here. Here you have your product image. I recommend a 1080 by 1080 for your product. So you can just simply go in here, choose your image that you want, and then you set the product image here, and you set the product image here. You can also add more images. Maybe you have more images of the same product. You can do that under here under product gallery. So it can have a gallery of, photos for the person to see. And then here's an important part to keep everything organized. Because remember, we're trying to match everything to our homepage and our shop. So here you just click on the category that you need for your product. Okay. So in this case, it's cakes. I recommend that you do create a product tag. So if your category is called cakes, just create a tag for it and put cakes just in case. All right. And that is it. That is it. If you have like a product short description, you can put that in there if you want, but it's totally not mandatory to do that. You can also put a product description here, but it's not necessary to do that. Okay? And once you've completed that, you scroll back up and make sure you click on the blue update tab. Always click on update to save your changes. And so now that means you've saved your products. So we did the same process for all of these products. So if you have 4 products, you would go and repeat the same process for 4 products, 5 products, 6 products, and so on. All right. So that's how you edit your products. Now, after we're done with our products here, with setting up our products, we're going to go to pages. And now we have to edit 4 different pages. We have to edit our cart page, our checkout page, our purchase summary page, and of course the home page, because we have to make sure our categories are correct on the home page. So we're going to go to our home page first. Okay. So you would just click on edit with Elementor and you'll be able to do that. In your case, you should have already changed the name of your front page, but this is how you access that. So let's show you an example. So here's the home page to the bakery that we were talking about. So once you click on edit with Elementor, it takes you into the editor. And now we're going to connect the products. Remember in the previous video, we said don't worry about the products yet, but now we're going to connect them. So you're going to click on the product tab right here. And on the left, you'll see some settings come here. So you'll see query. And what you're going to do is you can do latest products. You can leave that. And you want to include the category that you want to put here. So make sure this says term. And then if there's something different than the category that you want here, you can click out of that. So let me show you, for example, if you didn't have any at all. So you're going to make sure this is cakes. You're going to match it here and it's going to auto populate the categories and the tags. So you can choose either or, that's fine. And then what that's going to do is only going to show that category in that section. Okay. And then you would go ahead and do the same thing for the next category. So in this case, it's cake pops and it's query. And notice the term is here and notice the category is cake pops. So you have to match it to make sure everything is seamless. All right. Same thing with cupcakes. You would go ahead and do that. Go to query and make sure that's that. Okay. So that's the first thing you're going to do. To do that. All right. After you click on update, you're going to go ahead and click on the preview changes just to check your changes. And you're going to scroll to make sure everything, all your categories, all your products, your images are up to par. Okay. So the next step we're going to do is to edit the cart page. So this is what the customer will see when they check out and things like that. It's different from the one that we did with the pop-up. This is not the one, but it's the actual cart page toward the end. Now, I recommend, so it could be easy for you, I recommend that you add a few products to the cart. The reason why is because sometimes when you go into the template, you probably won't be able to see your changes. without any products in the cart. But if you do, you'll be able to edit a little bit better. So maybe add 2 products in there, so you can edit your template. Okay. And then once you're done doing that, just navigate back to the dashboard by clicking in the top left hand corner, go to dashboard, and then now you're ready to go and edit the cart page. The cart page is pretty simple to edit. You would simply go into edit with Elementor, and we're still in our demo page. You just go to cart, edit with Elementor, and here you're able to do that here. This is how it would look. So in your cart page, you can go ahead and edit anything here. And this is the reason why I said add a few things so you can see how things will come out. So you're going to go ahead, you can edit your heading. And if you need help with learning how to edit different elements in Elementor, you can watch our previous video to find out. And there's a timestamp that shows where to do that. Okay, so you can edit that, you can style it, you can paste a link, lots of things you can do here. Okay, so that's what we did. We changed the styling, the color, the typography to the fonts that we want. And that's that. Now, the cart widget, we have to edit that. Okay, and you could decide, you can go through these things, what you want to show and what you want to hide. So maybe you just want to put the product only. But since, you know, a bakery, it's a lot of pictures and stuff to make it nice, you can do that. You can decide to hide the product and just put the price, which I wouldn't recommend. So it's all up to you what you want to hide. And you can also decide what the heading is for each thing. So you can change each heading as well in the settings. And then next, under style, you can change the background of the cart. You can do lots of things with it. You can put an image in the background if you want to be creative and things like that. But make sure if you add a background, make sure you add some padding, which I'll show you in a few. If you want to add a border to the cart, which we already have one on the side, you can edit that color here. If you want a border all around it, you can just simply, you know, put that all around. Or you can just click this link here to take that out and then put all around. That's up to you. All right. So, and here's what I meant by padding. There's some padding already on the inside on the left here, but you can add padding at the top and at the bottom as well if you'd like to adjust that. Now, table heading, this is to edit the styling of the heading here. You could change it to black, change your typography if you'd like. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do here for your heading. And you could even put a color in the background. So let's say you wanted to put the heading as teal. So that's what would happen. So you could do that. There's lots of things you can do here. Under product image, this is to edit the image here. So since on my homepage I had circle images, so I decided to change that. You could change the size, how big and how small it is by moving the slider or changing it here. The image height, the image box height, you can do that here as well. And notice my border radius is 200 because I wanted a circle. So it's all up to you how you want to create yours. The product title, that's this right here. So you can edit the color and the font text. So product category is here. If you had that option checked on, it would be here. The product price, same thing. You have the font color and typography, but in this case it's already black, so I just changed the typography. The quantity, you can edit that here as well. and the subtotal. You have that information here. All right, so the remove button, which is this X here, you could change it. You could upload your own icon if you have a creative one that you like better. And this is actually the hover color when you hover over it. So for now, it's just that color. You could put a background color if you want, and have different things here. Now the coupon button, if you had that available, it would show here, but it's not in the template. But if you do make sure that it shows, you can edit that coupon button here. But normally at checkout, if you have like a coupon or a discount code, they can do it at checkout. So I don't think it would be necessary to put that here. The update cart button is to update this button here. So let's take a quick look at that. So you could change the typography. You could change the look here as the color, and make sure you do normal and hover state. And then you could do the same thing for the checkout button. All right, so you could do the same thing for checkout. So that's how you edit your cart page. And when you're done, you just go ahead and click on update. And then preview your changes. And there you go. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to the checkout page. So let's go back to the dashboard, go to pages, and let's do the checkout page. So we're going to edit with Elementor here and do the same thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and edit our checkout page the way that you want. Same thing like the cart page. You could change your heading the way that you want. Now, this information is required by law, so there's a lot of things that you won't be able to remove from these. So it's required by law to have this information for e-commerce websites. So things such as, the company name and things like that. This is necessary and it's required by law. So you won't be able to do much as far as the fields are concerned. However, the look, you can change that. And to do that, you can simply go through your content to make sure if you want 2 columns or if you just want one straight page going down, you can do that as well. If you want to do it like that, that's how the 1 column looks. If you want to do 2 columns, you can do that to kind of save space. You could do a sticky right column, which I've never tried before. So let's see what that is. But, oh, okay. So like the right column would move with your, as you go through everything. So that's a sticky right column. That's if you want that. Billing details, you can decide on the title. You can change the section title if you want. Now these form items are already here. The label, you're gonna decide whether you want. I recommend that you just leave the label because if you keep the placeholder, it's gonna look redundant. Um, Unfortunately, in WooCommerce, you cannot remove the label and keep the placeholder. That would have looked a little cleaner in my opinion, but you can't really do that in WooCommerce. So just leave the label and erase the placeholder. Okay. And yeah. And in the advanced tab, there's different things you can do if you need that, but that's for developers, so you don't need to do that. But it's good to show you what that is. So those are the different fields, and you can go ahead and do those as you go through them. Now, of course, additional information are like notes if you want to have a section at the bottom where they can add notes optional. You can do that or you can turn that off. Okay. And then for the your order section, you could call it whatever you want. And that's the title here. And then you could decide how you want to align it. If you want to do left, if you want to do centered, And if you want to do right, so that's the title. If you have the coupon, you can change what it says here in the coupon section, have a coupon, and then you could change that information here if you want. If you don't want the coupon, you can toggle that off. The apply button, you can decide if you want to have it center. You can leave that alone and that'll be fine. Okay, the apply button, you can't really do too much with it, but you can also edit that. The payment button, you can decide what message goes down there. So that would be here. So I have read and agreed to the website terms and conditions. You can do whatever and you can link your terms and conditions. So I would recommend, so you can edit your terms and conditions down here and things of that nature. And you could also set the alignment as well. Now the styling, how to change the colors. So you would just follow through the same process again. If you want to set a background color to your form, if you want to add padding, whatever the settings are, you can play around with that and do that. Typography, typography would change the different style. So you can change that here for the titles, the secondary titles, the descriptions. So you can simply go through that. It's very self-explanatory. The messages that pop up, you can do that. The check boxes, the radio buttons, you can edit every single piece of thing here. And of course, the link color, you can put the link color the way that you want. The forms, you can edit that here. This will edit this section here. You can decide on the column gaps, the label colors, what color you want. The fields, you can decide what color you want as well. And then the buttons, of course, make sure you do normal and hover state. And you can change that here. Okay. So that's how you edit those forms. Same thing with the order summary, which is on the right here. If you want to edit that information, just go piece by piece. The items, you can change the colors if you'd like. The purchase button at the bottom, of course, you can edit that to whatever matches your branding. And of course, there's some customized things that you can do, but you don't need to worry about this section here. And what happens if you want to customize the coupon, you can go ahead and change that if you want. Okay. All right. So once you're done, you click on update. And that means you're done with the checkout page. Preview your changes. And then there. And then you could check what you want to edit. If you want to go back, just go to the tab again and just edit. And then it updates as you preview. Okay. So you could do that. All right. Next, let's go to the purchase summary page. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So we click on edit with Elementor as well. Now the key with the purchase summary page, this one's hard to edit a little bit because you won't see the changes up front because someone has to actually place an order so you could see how it's going to look. So I recommend like whatever settings you have for checkout, just do the same thing for here for your purchase summary page. Just go through the settings and see what works, what you want to put. If you, your order number, order date, if there's bank details, you can put that. Downloads, how you want that title to look. Purchase summary, you could do the same thing. Billing details and shipping address and all that. And then for style, you could go ahead and edit from here. So if you want to edit the sections, I recommend that if it's a background color on this one or on the cart section, that it be the same background on your purchase summary to match. Make sure your text, your typography matches. And you do that by going to typography and editing what you need to do. So make sure you look at the titles of what they are, like confirmation message. The titles can be a specific color, general text. That's the body color. You can do all of that. And then you can also go through payment details, which follows the same format, and bank details and order details. Okay? So that's how you edit the purchase summary page. So right now, you're not going to see anything because an order would have to be actually placed so you can see what that comes up to. All right. Now, last but not least, let's go to the refund page. The refund page here. So we go to pages, edit with Elementor. And so this is a template of the refunds and returns policy here. So you could keep it simple, or you could have fun with it. It's all up to you. But it all depends on what you want to do. Maybe you want to add your own title, but the title's already there. Now, if you want to remove this title because you want to change the color, I recommend that you go down here to settings, here, the settings gear. And what you're going to do is scroll down here a little bit. And where it says page layout, you're going to go ahead and click Elementor full width. So what that does is going to remove that title. And then what you can do is add your own title by going here and clicking on heading and then put that here. And now you'll have something that matches your branding. You can edit, style, and do whatever you'd like. And you could do the same thing here. Maybe you want to change the text. So let's go to style, change that. Let's change that to our font. And then there we go. So you could do that. You could change the content of what's in there. So to change the content, you go in the text editor. Another cool way to do something like this is probably, go in create a Google Doc and then type all whatever your conditions are and then copy it and then paste it in here. Or you could just do whatever you'd like to do here. Okay. So yeah, that's how you edit that page. Okay. So that is it on how to set up your WooCommerce and how to edit your product and different pages. In the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about the products some more, where I'm going to show you how to edit your product template. So to make sure that everything is consistent across your site. Now that we've edited all of our pages, we're going to go ahead and actually edit the product template, meaning every time a product comes up, it has the same format and everything looks the same. You're going to go to templates and go to theme builder. Now, when you get to theme builder, you're going to go ahead and find your product page. So in your case, you're probably going to see Classy Minimalist product page. So go ahead and click on that. The first thing I recommend you doing is renaming it to your brand name. Click on change. And then you could go ahead and click on edit. So we pre-did this, but I'm going to explain what you did, and you can easily do this with your template. So all of these images here and information is pre-populated based on whatever you put in your product section that we did earlier. So you have your image here, you have your metadata, you have the title of your product, you have the price. There's a rating here, which you won't be able to see right now, but if someone rates it, you'll be able to do that, but I'll show you how to edit the product description and the add to cart button. So this format stays the same across all products. Okay, so when they click on a product, it stays the same, so you don't have to keep doing things over and over again. And same thing with related products. You can put a query on that as well. And that auto populates itself based on whatever products are in the same category. So let's say, for example, you want to edit the image. It was originally square, but I made it circle by changing the border radius here. If there's other images down here, like if you added more product images in the gallery, you can choose what type of thumbnails or how they look. So I want them to be circle as well. So you can decide on how you want to do that. Okay, so that's how you style the product images. There's not much you can do. Remember, these are auto populated based on whatever you put. All right. Next, you have the metadata here. Um, the metadata is basically showing the customer, okay, what category it's in and what's the name and where it is. So it's like a taxonomy to see where everything is. So you could style that and change the text color and all that. Okay, so that's what that is. This is the product title. The product title, I don't like this font because, the and is not in this font. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. And notice it says product title here. And then if you want to link it, you can link it if you want, but that's not necessary since you're on that page. You can align, you can do different things. You can center, right, justify. So there's lots of things you can do with the styling. And then as far as this colors and things like that, you can change it here. For this one, I'm going to change the typography. And I'm going to make it all caps. So to do that, I'm going to transform it and put uppercase so it can be readable. All right, so you can go ahead and do that. You can change the information here. You can style this as well. So I'm not going to stay too long on that. And to style the description, so that's all you're doing here. You're basically going on that section, that widget, and you're styling that. So remember, these are auto populated. And also, if you want to add other information for the product, let's say you wanted, maybe you had an additional information section in your product and you wanted to show, you can do that as well. You can put product data tabs. This is another way to show the information. And what that does is if a client reviews, they can see the description here. So it's another way to display it. So it's like a more stylish way. And then they'll see the reviews if you want that. And then you could edit that as well. So there's different things that you can add if you want. If you want to show the stock, whatever it is, and just really customize it based on your needs. Now the related products, you just follow through with the same thing. You can decide how many products per page you want, how many columns, and you can order it by date, order it by popularity, whatever works for you. And then in style, this is where you edit the style. You could decide the columns gap, the space between here, the image, you can edit that. I edited that. The title of the product, we wanted it to match just like the homepage, so that's what we did. The rating, if it has a rating, you can put a color. The regular price, you can do that. The price is going to be black. Regular price, that's if it's on sale, so it can show that difference. And then the button, we decided to keep it like this. That's fine. And yeah, there's lots of things you can work through to make sure everything is there. So the heading is right here. It's always going to be that information. So you can edit the color and the typography. And you could put it in the center if you want to do that, or make it bigger, whatever you'd like. Of course, the box is the actual product part of the box. So if you wanted to edit the background, you can do that. If something's on sale, you can decide what color you want that to look like as well. Okay, So that's how you edit the template. Now, once you're done, make sure you click on update. Okay. So now once you're done, your shop is basically almost set and everything is ready to run. Everything is connected and everything is in order. Okay. So let's give you a preview of how it would look. So let's say if I wanted to check this out. So if I click on checkout, remember in the previous video we edited this. I can view my cart. So notice my cart is connected. And when I click on checkout, I go to my checkout page. So that's why it's important to do those steps first so everything can run smoothly for your customer so they can put their information and place the order. Now remember, please do the first steps that we talked about at the beginning because if not, they won't be able to pay you. So make sure you take care of that. Okay? So hopefully this tutorial was helpful. Feel free to reach out to us if you get stuck anywhere. You can just, send us a support ticket and we'll be more than happy to help you. All right. Until the next video, have a great one.